Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of the WMMA 5 series. As we're now in the year 2002, 2 years into the save. As we have some mail to get through before we get to the Pride 19 Bad Blood show. As Jake Shields leaves the pit thanks to falling out with Chuck Liddell. As I just love both guys, I wanted to show that. That's crazy, though. That's definitely the wrong guy to have a fight with and a falling out with. Is old Chuck Liddell. As Pat Miletich has returned from his hiatus, that's good. Rich Franklin left Team Punishment and he joined American Top Team. That's good there. Finley Silva healed from his broken fingers. Enzo Noe left the Lions Den and he joined Hammer House. That's pretty crazy. That's quite the turn. And Carlos Newton again joining Team Tompkins, as he's done that now like a couple of times. He goes there for a bit and he leaves. He goes and leaves, type of thing. As yeah, that was just kind of where we're at as far as the mail goes. We're still going to keep this Heath Herring injury so we can do the Heath Herring Carlos Barreto fight whenever that happens. As, yeah, so let's, without further ado, let's get it going. As we're going head-to-head to the UFC. I think like that's the first time we've done that. I'm really not 1,000% sure, but we are going head-to-head with them. As Pride 19 Bad Blood, we have Igor, Ice Cold Igor, taking on Kevin Randleman, Ogawa and Mark Coleman, Murley Arua, Renzo Gracie, Carlos Newton, Nate Marquette, which that should be a very interesting fight. Evan Tanner, Ronaldo Sobral, Alexi Oleynik, and Kisuke Fujita, and then the prelims. Dario Matsui, Ricardo Rona, and Rodrigo, Gracie, and Quentin Rampage Jackson. We're probably just going to kill him. As if we see here, a little overview as the Ice Cold Igor fight against the monster Kevin Randleman. This is Randleman's first defense of the Pride Heavyweight title, which of course, him being the first ever champion, if he is successful, it'll be a new record for the belt, to the best round fighters in the world, as Randleman is ranked 2nd and Igor is ranked 8th. This is the second time Igor's main evented a Pride show. This would probably be the first time Randleman's main evented a Pride show, since his first fight was the co-main at Pride 17. Championship Chaos, as Kevin Randleman trains at Hammer House, which Igor is 2-0 against people at Hammer House, and Randleman has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. As the Blur Cat staff picks, we got one guy, Stu's going for Igor, and 6 for Kevin Randleman. We'll see what happens there. As Ogawa and Mark Coleman, Ogawa submitted 4 of his last 5. Both are ranked in the Super Heavyweights rankings there, as Coleman is 8th and Ogawa is 14th. Coleman trains at Hammer House, which Ogawa's 1-0 against people at Hammer House, and Ogawa trains at Takata Dojo, which Coleman is 0-1 against people at Takata Dojo. And Coleman has won 4 of his last 5 fights by decision, so both guys have won 4 of their last 5. First time they fought. The betting lines have Coleman as a huge favorite. You see there from the Blur Cat staff picks. As the next fight, Murlio Rua against Renzo Gracie. Murlio has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. As Rua trains a shooter box, which Renzo Gracie is 0-1 against people who shoot a box. Gracie's ranked 9th in the middleweight division, which and Pride, and Murlio's ranked 18th. Rodrigo Gracie, or not Rodrigo Gracie, Jesus Christ, Renzo Gracie. Get the Gracies. There's so many Gracies now. As Renzo Gracie hasn't won a fight in this decade or this millennium. That's tough for him. He's got to get a fight win, hopefully, under his belt very soon, as Murlio is 7-0 by the Blur Cat staff, and he's got a significant weight advantage. As the Ronin, Carlos Newton against Nate the Great Marquette. Newton has won 3 of his last 5 by decision. Nate Marquette's got an 8-inch reach advantage, and he's got the Blur Cat staff picks in his corner. We'll see how it goes for him. As Evan Tanner and Ronaldo Sobral. This is Evan Tanner's debut in Pride, finally. It's been a while since we signed him, and he's finally getting a fight here. As Ronaldo Sobral's ranked 10th in the middleweight division in Pride, Evan Tanner's ranked 11th. Evan Tanner's won 3 of his last 5. This is the first time they fought, and Sobral's going to have a significant weight advantage. Mark J is the one person backing Evan Tanner, while the rest are backing Sobral. As the Boa Constrictor, Alexi Oleynik versus Old Ironhead, Kisuke Fujita, as a pretty split, actually, as both are kind of at the bottom end of the super heavyweights, as 17th and 19th. Oleynik is 17th, and Fujita's 19th. Alexi Oleynik has submitted 3 of his last 5 opponents, as Fujita's got the advantage from the Blur Cat staff picks, as 5 for him, but 2 for Alexi Oleynik. As the prelims, Dario Matsui and the Brazilian Tiger, Ricardo Rona. Both are at the bottom of the middleweight division, as Matsui is 21st, Rona's 23rd. Matsui's won 3 of his last 5 by decision. Rona's got to have a 6-inch reach advantage first time they fought, and he has the Blur Cat staff advantage for the picks, as he's got 5-2 from Matsui, as the, this is going to be, I mean, it's going to, a tomato can for Quentin Rampage Jackson to beat up, as Rodrigo Gracie's taking on Quentin Rampage Jackson. Significant weight advantage. Betting odds have him as a huge margin favorite. As we'll get right to it, Rodrigo Gracie and Quentin Rampage Jackson. Yeah, minus 880, plus 700, 0-2, 3-1. We'll see what happens. As our referee, our judges, 35-pound weight advantage. That's the bell. When Gracie wants to grapple, but is clearly aware of his opponent's striking, Jackson institutes jabs and catches Gracie with a right hook, and he has a cut above his eye. Now the blood is trickling down. Jackson can't hit the setup left jab, but then hits Gracie with a beautiful uppercut, and he knocks him down with it. He has floored him, and he moves in quickly, kneeling beside him, starting to hammer down on punches, and Rodrigo Gracie's getting destroyed now with him, and our referee, Hideki Nagumi, has jumped in and stops the fight as Gracie went limp, and your winner by knockout TKO victory for Quentin Rampage Jackson. That was quick, as 39 seconds. He's technically, they rated the knockout off the punch, so that was interesting. But, yeah, there you go. Quick, easy, very painful, nonetheless. As Quentin Jackson thanks everyone connected to Team Punishment for helping prepare for this fight, and the sponsors for supporting him financially. He's asked who he'd like to face next, and he, in his next fight, and he plays that he wants Ryan Gracie anytime, any place, and he's going to embarrass him. Boy, oh boy, there's no doubt that Quentin Jackson benefits from being interviewed. He knows the value of building name value. Goddamn. As he's not, he wants Ryan Gracie now. He's taking out Rodrigo, now he wants Ryan. As, Dario Matsui and the Brazilian Tiger, Ricardo Rona, now going head-to-head. Has pretty close betting lines. I don't remember it being that close, but here we go now. Our referee, again, Hideki Nagumi, as he's just like, well, we might as well just stay out there. As our judges, opening bell, they touch gloves. Matsui uses a left jab, but finds nothing but air on the big right. Rona shoots in, looking for a takedown. He gets the takedown, manages side control. Rona unloads with some right hands, but Matsui deals with him comfortably. Matsui tries to transfer to the guard, but he can't manage it. Rona fires away with punches, but does little in the way of damage. He takes his back now as Matsui tries to sweep. As Rona pounds away, but the punches do minimal damage. He prevents him from getting his hooks in, does Matsui. Tries to turn over and sweep Rona, but he can't do it. As now, he's looking to get both hooks in, but Matsui blocks him again. He tries to turn over. Turns over and escapes his grip. They both scramble back to their feet. As again, he tries to shoot in for the takedown. He gets the takedown, single leg. Now Matsui is left on his back, pulling guard. Rona throws a few weak-looking punches. He decides his next move. Tries to pull him close and smothers him, but doesn't get anywhere with it. There's Matsui. As Rona tries to pound away on Matsui, but again, no blows. Land with any degree of power. As he doesn't allow Matsui to lock him up with double underhooks. Fires off a handful of punches, each easily being blocked with gloves. Tries to smother Rona by holding him down, but he can't keep control. Halfway mark in the first round now. Rona fires away with punches, does a little in the way of damage. Rona doesn't allow Matsui to lock him up with double underhooks again. Fires off some rights, but Matsui is in trouble by him. Trying to keep smother Rona by holding him down, but he can't keep control again. So it looks like both guys can't really control one another. So it's pretty interesting. It's kind of a stalemate. As again, doesn't allow Matsui to lock him up with underhooks. As now Matsui is being smothered against the ground by Ricardo Rona. Lack of progress forced the referee to stand him back up. As Rona had looked like he was angling for a takedown attempt, but he couldn't take the initiative. Matsui can't connect with setup strikes, but then scores with the right cross. 10-F jab from Rona lands. Throws a two-punch combo, but Rona avoids both of them. As he steps in, looking to unleash does Matsui. Rona may have been setting up to shoot, but Matsui aggressively took the initiative. As he throws a 1-2, but Rona was equal to it, and then there's a takedown attempt again from Rona. 3 for 3 on takedowns. Matsui has to pull guard. Yeah, he's completed every takedown so far. Rona fires away with right hands, but Matsui doesn't do much damage from him, as he tries to get double underhooks on Rona, but so that he can get some control. Rather, he can't get them. As time slips away now, so Rona successfully keeps Matsui stuck against the ground, unable to shift him off. Rona off of him, does Matsui, and again, can't shift him, and that's the end of the round. Obviously, that was all Ricardo Rona there, as technically outstanding-wise, Matsui landed more strikes, but there, on the ground, those are Ricardo Rona. This is very much looking like a unanimous decision for Ricardo Rona. Let's see what Matsui can do. as Matsui lands a left jab, but Rona evades the big right hand. Throws a quick 1-2, but doesn't land either blow. Rolls the shows to relieve a little of the tension that he's built up, so he moves in forward now. Again for the shoot takedown. He gets it 4 for 4 on takedowns now. As Rona uses side control to hit a knee just above the hip. Unloads with some right hands, but Matsui deals with him comfortably. Tries to sweep Rona, but can't. Rona tries to pound on Matsui, but none of the blows land with any degree of power. Again, tries to sweep from the bottom of the side control, but doesn't budge Rona. Now halfway mark in the second round. He attempts mount. He gets mount. Pounds away his rights, but doesn't do much on the damage. He tries to sweep from the bottom, but gets rolled, and Rona has his back now. He prevents his hooks in. Again, attempts to get him off his back. Manages to shrug Rona off, but it only results in both fighters ending up scrambling back to their feet. As a minute left in the fight, throws a quick punch, doesn't land. Shoots in again. And this time, though, as he gets the takedown. He does. I thought it had blocked, but no, he gets it. Rona fires off some rights. Yeah, that's unanimous decision for Ricardo Rona. Yep. And as average. But he's 4-1 now. Dario Matsui is now 5-6-2. As he name checks all of his sponsors, thanks all the fans who turned out to support him again. Somebody who wants Ryan Gracie. Wow. Everybody wants Ryan Gracie for some reason. As the main card opens up with the boa constrictor Alexi Oleynik and Kisuke Fujita 12-3 for Alexi Oleynik at 24 years old, and Kisuke Fujita 3-2 at 31 years old. Minus 240 for Fujita. Referee Mario Yamazaki. Our ringside judges. Vegeta's fighting in front of his home crowd, and he gets a big cheer as he makes his entrance as we are underway. Vegeta throws a 1-2, but Alexi Oleynik was equal to it. Oleynik aggressively moves in and grapples with Fujita, tries to suck Fujita to the ground by wrapping his legs around his waist and pulling guard. He does. But Fujita counters by planting Oleynik into the mat with a vicious slam, tries to secure a ground position. Oleynik pulls Fujita into guard, preventing him from getting any further. Lennox is controlled against the guard, unable to shift Fujita off of him, against the ground rather, as not giving his opponent any room to work with. Fujita keeps close body-to-body contact while throwing short strikes to the head and the body. Fujita doesn't let Lennox pull him in close to smother him. He just lays on top of him, smothering him. Throws a few weak-looking punches. He decides his next move. Lennox tries to catch Fujita with a punch, but is not on target. Again, Lennox is being smothered against the ground by Fujita. Mario Yamasaki stands to back up. Lennox, looking very tentative, pokes out a jab that hits. Fujita hits a left hand, but finds nothing but air with the big right. As Lennox hits the jab, but had no power at all behind it. Fujita can't hit the setup of jab, but then hits a nice straight right hand that lands hard. Both fighters want to get in close, they get into the clinch. Fujita manages to get control of the clinch, tries to wrestle Lennox down on the ground. He does, so now he's 2 for 2 on takedowns, thanks for the slam, as Fujita throws a few right hands, but is mainly trying to catch his breath. Keeps Lennox guessing with a few quick strikes. Again, just trying to catch his breath. Tries to move him from half guard to full guard, but Fujita doesn't allow it. Fujita throws a right hand, but it's mainly, again, trying to catch his breath. Again, Mario Yamasaki stands to back up. They start wrestling from out of the clinch. Fujita maintains the control of the clinch. As Fujita looks like he's trying to muscle Lennox back up against the ropes. He does. Tries to smother him, Lennox against the ropes, but he wrestles free and circles back to the center. Fujita lands a left hand, but then it's a nice straight right hand. Both fighters get in close and start wrestling for position. Fujita, again, the aggressor in the clinch, trying to muscle up. Doesn't manage it, though, as Lennox defends it well. Tries to wrestle Lennox back up against the ropes, and this time, 2 for 3 on those attempts to back him up against the ropes. A minute left in the round. Vegeta exerts total control, keeping Lennox smothered up against the ropes. As 30 seconds goes by smothering of the stalemates, neither fighter being able to improve their position or generate any advantage again. As Fujita tries to keep him against the ropes, but Lennox works enough space that he can slip his way out of it and back to the center, and that's the end of the first round. Pretty much all Fujita, as you can see there from the fight metrics. As Lennox is just, he's getting out-muscled. The 10 pounds may be too much for him, I guess. As we'll see, though. There's still the second round. Maybe he can get something going with a knockout or submission. Fujita connects with a jab, but Lennox avoids the big right. Fujita hits a left hand, but misses a big right. Is still moving well, but is definitely breathing a little deeper now. There's a punch, but Alexi Oleynik avoids it. Alexi Oleynik gets close enough to clinch. Tries to suck Fujita to the ground by wrapping his legs around the waist and pulling guard again. as again, violently slamming him down to the mat. Alexis is allowed to stand back up as Fujita simply steps away, closes the distance, obviously looking to strike. Alexis looks like he was going to step in and grapple, but Fujita simply took the initiative first. He lands a jab, then lands a big right hand. A few deep breaths betray that Fujita starting to get into the deeper reaches of his gas tank. Fujita throws a quick 1-2, but that doesn't land either blow. Alexis gets a hold of Fujita, not having to have taken even one shot while coming in as Lennox again. You think he'd learn that 2 times he's done that, he's gotten violently slammed to the ground. Let's see if he's 3 for 3 on this. Oh, okay. As he finally gets it. Gets sucked in the guard. Moving at a halfway point in the second round, and 2 minutes left into the fight almost, as he tries to sweep Fujita, but he can't do it. Tries to keep tight to Oleynik, preparing him with short strikes. Oh, he's looking for the triangle choke, but Fujita pulls his arm free before the triangle get locked in. Throws a few right hands to the body. He pulls him in close, a couple of short, sharp punches to the side of the head. In guard, Fujita just throws a couple of punches to the body to end out the fight. Oh no, we get a triangle choke with 3 seconds left of the fight. Oh, but he blocks it. That'd been fucking crazy. Yeah, I think he's gonna have a decision for Fujita. We'll see. Yep. There you go. All iron. And Kazuki Fujita gets the win over Alexi Oleynik. 12-4 for Oleynik. 4-2 for Fujita. Great win. Average fight though. Yeah, that's for sure. But that was awesome. I mean, it praises the toughness and a lot of respect for Alexi Oleynik as he name checks all of his sponsors, thanks his fans and those who turned out to support him. As Evan Tanner, making his pro debut at 24-5 at 30 years old against Ronaldo Sobral, 13-2, plus 180, minus 230. A wrestling jiu-jitsu background, a lucha livre wrestling background. A very interesting style. So you kind of mesh really well. Team Quest as Ruiz Valatude, as Hideki Nagumi is our judges. As even though they weighed the same, now Sobral's looking a little heavier. Round 1 begins. They stand in trade blows, but neither can land anything damaging. Throws a quick 1-2, but doesn't land either blow. Sobral gets a hold of Tanner, not having to have even taken one shot while coming in. Using his wrestling skills, Sobral trying to push Tanner up against the ropes. He manages it and controls Tanner up against the ropes. Looking for a trip takedown. He gets the outside leg sweep as sweeps Tanner down to the ground where he's left on his back under side control. Sobral throws a few strikes, but is clearly slowing things down so he can catch his breath. Tries to get in the mount. He can't mount Tanner. Tries to move to guard, but Sobral doesn't allow it. As Sobral throws a few strikes, but they're out venom. Tanner tries to transition to guard, but can't manage it. Sobral begins trying to get himself in the mount. Can't fend off his opponent as he's mounted. Pounds away on Tanner, but a few of the shots land clean. Again, now Tanner struggles to deal with him. Loads with big rights, but Tanner is covering up well. Now he's getting rocked, and this is not looking good. Doesn't do much damage with the rights, as he counters attempted by Tanner to move him from mount by taking his back down. Tries to get the body triangle hooked up, but he can't. Tries to move Sobral off his back, but he can't. Tanner's in a really bad state now. He's got both hooks in, and now he's in really dominant position. Looking for the rear naked choke, and he gets it. Ronaldo Sobral flattens out Evan Tanner, and he gets a submission win with the rear naked choke. That was a great performance by Ronaldo Sobral. The outside leg sweep, gets mount, pounds away from the ground and pound. Gave up his back, did Evan Tanner, and then he took it with the rear naked choke. Great display by Ronaldo Sobral. That was very, very nice to see from him. That was a really dominating performance. I did not see that coming. I thought it'd be pretty even. But that was all Ronaldo Sobral. As he praises his team at Ruiz Valatudo as his various sponsors and his fans who came out to support him, he says he has a lot of respect for Evan Tanner. Praises toughness. As now we're going on to the Ronin. Carlos Newton against Nate the Great Marquette. 9-4 for Carlos Newton. 10-3 for Nate Marquette. 25-24 or 25-22. Nate Marquette's gonna have the big reach advantage. As Mario Yamasaki's our referee, our judges. Round 1 begins. Start with a touch of gloves. As Marquette shoots in for a takedown right off the rip. He can't get past the sprawl as he gets pushed down on his hands and knees. Look out for the knee as he prepares it, but he can't keep Trevor Marquette, who's able to spring back up. So that could have been bad news for Nate Marquette as Newton warily circles, looking for an opening. He needs to initiate some grappling. Lands a jab, and then hits a slithering kick to the legs of Carlos Newton as Nate Marquette. Both fighters seem to have the same idea, come together and clinch. Marquette was the aggressor. Marquette uses a nice knee strike from the grapple and catches Newton to the side of the stomach, as now Newton gets caught with another knee strike to the body. Marquette trying to push him up against the ropes. He does it. Now he's up against the rope, looking for the leg trip takedown. He gets an excellent outside leg trip. Sees Newton get thrown to the mat. He gives up his back. This is not good, as now he's got the body triangle, looking for a rear naked choke, and we get another outside leg trip into the rear naked choke. That one went a little quicker, though, as we didn't go into the mount. We just went right into the back. And Nate Marquette with the rear naked choke. 11-3 for Nate Marquette, 9-5 for Carlos Newton. As that was also rated great. Wow. As he wants to fight Evan Tanner. That's interesting, as Evan Tanner just lost from the same thing, so I'm sure he's just like, yeah, that'll be another easy win. We'll see if that happens, though. That's a pretty good fight for him. We'll see. As he name checks everyone at the AMC Pinkerton, as all his various sponsors and all of his friends, family, supporters. Wow. Interesting. As Merlio Ninjarua versus Renzo Gracie. Minus 250, plus 190. 7-0 for Merlio. 9-3, 1 no contest. Big John McCarthy, our referee. Our ringside judges. They touch gloves. Two fighters get up close, start wrestling for position. Rua manages to aggressively get a good control in the clinch, the good positioning. Look at the muscle Gracie back up against the ropes. He does. As he goes into the Muay Thai clinch. He does. Renzo is in big trouble. A vicious knee to the fucking face as he misses that knee strike. As he drives a knee into the chest of Renzo, but doesn't get much force behind it. As he tries to get a knee strike, but Gracie blocks it, and he wrestles his way out of the Muay Thai clinch. They start wrestling together, and they clinch. Rua was the aggressor, trying to get into the Muay Thai clinch. He does. As a sternum-crunching knee to the chest. He tries a knee strike. This time, Gracie blocks it and wrestles away out of the Muay Thai clinch again. They wrestle for position. Rua, again the aggressor, looking for the Muay Thai clinch again. He gets caught. As finds the attempted knee strike caught, as the leverage allows Gracie to wrestle free of the Muay Thai clinch. They get close and clinch again. Rua again gets control of it. Gets him up. Oh, it doesn't manage it, though, as Gracie defended it well. I thought he was going to put him up against the ropes. Looking for that Muay Thai clinch. He gets it now. He's got him by the back of the head. Vicious knee to the ribs. Another knee gets caught with the leverage allowing Gracie to wrestle free of it. They come together on a clinch. Rua again, aggressor. Again, back up against the ropes. Oh, no. Gracie defended it. As they looking to muscle him up against the ropes. He's got him up against the ropes now. Looking for a trip takedown. He does. As now he's side control. Another knee to those ribs. Few right hands is taken as he takes a moment to plant the head, though. As Gracie can't sweep Rua. Fires off a few punches as he catches his breath. He takes his back now, as Gracie tries to sweep him. Seems to be moving slowly slowly toward a finish as he applies a very tight body triangle. Fires off punches, but does a little in the way of damage. As Rua lets Gracie turn over out of the body triangle as he allows him to easily get in mount now. And that's the end of the first round. Wow, I'm surprised. That would have been very bad news. Had he been in mount, would have been bad. Would have been very bad, but that seemed to be like, we'll look at the fight metrics, but I don't think Renzo landed anything standing, or, that was just all Merlio. As a large swelling on the side is rapidly turning an ugly shade of purple as the night wears on. There's 5 minutes left in the fight. Let's see if Merlio can finish it off as two fighters come together and they clinch, start wrestling. Rua gets to control the clinch, looking for the Muay Thai. He does. He's got the Muay Thai clinch. A vicious knee to the ribs again. Misses the knee strike, but maintains the clinch. Another big knee to the chest. Keeps control of the clinch despite missing the knee. Another huge knee to the stomach. Blocks the knee strike, but cannot get free of the clinch. Gracie's looking very tired out there, as I would assume. He's been kneed in the stomach, in the ribs, in the face. Misses as he blasts him with a big knee to the chest. Finally loses his grip, and the clinch is broken. A takedown attempt from Merlio. He gets it, and now he's in half guard. Is Gracie. Fires off a few rights, but Gracie, just deals with him again. No degree of power behind him. Tries to get out of half guard into a better position. He gets it. He's inside. Another knee to the ribs. As another knee to the ribs. And that's the end of the fight. Unanimous decision. Merlio Ninja Rua 8-0 now. Renzo Gracie still looking for that win in this millennium. As rated average. My God. Fair fucks to Renzo Gracie, though. He got his ass kicked that whole fight and didn't give up. As He name checks everyone at Shoot the Box, all of his various sponsors, his friends, his family, supporters. He asks who he wants to fight next. It says he'll fight whoever they put in front of him, but he thinks Dennis Hallman would be a particularly good contest. Oh, that's interesting. Would not think that would happen, but Neo Ogawa and Mark the Hammer Coleman is our co-main event, 6-0. Let's see if another undefeated fighter stays undefeated. It's looking like it won't be, though, as it's minus 360, minus 460. As this could be, Mark Coleman's getting up there, though, at 37 years old. This might be it. As co-main event is here. Hideki Naoguma is our referee. Here we go. They start with a touch of gloves. Coleman shoots in on Ogawa. The takedown's complete. Ogawa is on his back and he pulls guard. Time slips away as Coleman just keeps him on the ground. Begins trying to pass the guard. He gets past the guard with a certain degree of ease. Gains side control. Punches down Ogawa, but they are easily taken on the gloves. Ogawa tries to move to guard, but Coleman doesn't allow it. Holds Ogawa in position to the side and hits a knee into the ribs. As he begins to work to get the mount, he's now got Ogawa mounted. Pounds away, landing several clean blows. Now the Godfather, ground and pounds, doing his thing. Pounding away on Ogawa. He's in serious trouble. Unloads some big right hands, but Ogawa is able to deal with most of them. Pounds away, but is unable to land many clean shots. Again, now there doesn't do any undue damage to him. Tries to sweep Coleman out of the mount, but he can't do it. Fires away on Ogawa and is clearly hurt by a couple of nasty-looking punches halfway into the round. Pounds away with right hands, but doesn't do much in the way of damage. Ogawa tries to get enough space to pull off guard, but Coleman doesn't allow it. Fires away with punches, but Ogawa doesn't take any undue damage. Ogawa tries to move Coleman out of the mount, but he can't do it. Fails to land anything significant. Tries to get the half guard, but can't. Coleman pounds away with right hands, but doesn't do much of damage. Coleman blocks the attempt to move him from mount. Pounds away with rights, but fails to land anything significant. Ogawa tries to move Coleman out of the mount, but he can't. Coleman tries to pound Ogawa, but all the blows are comfortably dealt with. Coleman controls Ogawa, who is trying to wiggle to half guard. Fires off some right hands, but Ogawa is in trouble by them now. Tries to, it's just all Mark Coleman. Final minute left in the round. Tries to pound on Ogawa, but the blows are comfortably dealt with. Tries to maintains control, despite Ogawa trying to wiggle free. Ogawa's in trouble by the right hands, doesn't budge from the bottom. And that's the end of the round. This is even the fight metrics. 73 ground strikes and 13 power strikes. So, yeah. 86 shots from the ground in one round. That's fucking nuts. All Mark Coleman. As it's going to take a miracle for Ogawa to win this one. As Ogawa aggressively moves in and grapples with Coleman. Tries to knee Coleman, but it gets blocked. Ogawa hits Coleman with a big knee strike to the body. Ogawa tries to wrestle Coleman backwards up against the ropes, but Coleman doesn't allow himself to be driven backwards. A nice knee strike from the grapple and catches Coleman. Oh my, look at this now. But Coleman is getting caught in these grapples with these knees to the stomach. Jesus, is he trying to push him back? As Coleman's defending it well, though. Another knee to the side of the stomach. And now Coleman defends the knee strike that time. As again, Coleman getting knee strike to the body. As now he's got Coleman up against the ropes. A foot stomp. But Coleman takes the opportunity to turns them around and gets the dominant position now. But Ogawa proves to be, looked like Coleman's trying to maintain control via his wrestling skills, but Ogawa proves too good and manages to turn them around, so now he's back in the dominant position. Looking for a judo throw, he gets it. What the fuck is going on here? Ogawa, what a fight this has turned out to be, as Ogawa is now in control and is, he's trying to pass the side control. He gets there. My God. Few weaker looking punches. Decides on his next move. He tries to move the guard, but Ogawa doesn't allow it. As only a couple of manages to get through there. Tries to transition the guard, but he can't. As if Ogawa had enough time, we could have saw. That's crazy. You still have to give it to Coleman, but my God. That was crazy. Yeah, that was nuts, though. Which, fair fucks to Ogawa. He tried to come back and win. That was crazy. That was the first fight of the night where someone actually tried to fight back. It wasn't all one-sided. Ogawa, fair fucks to him, man. Yeah, that was a tough fight. Mark Coleman gives a name check to everyone at Hammer House, all of his various sponsors, then his friends, family, supporters. He praises Ogawa for a tough fight. As our main event, Ice Cold Igor versus the monster Kevin Randleman. See if Kevin Randleman can defend his title for the first time successfully here. It's 5'8", 5'10", both 235. As Pride Heavyweight title is on the line. As our Hideki Guma has refereed about 6 fights tonight. That has been impressive so far. As our judges, the fight begins. Both fighters moving and engage. Igor scores a left hook. Randleman scores with a great right hook. Looking confident now, shortening the range as he looks to strike. A jab is wide from Igor, but then he hits Randleman with a beauty of a straight right hand. Throws a quick punch, but doesn't hit. Seizing the opportunity, Kevin Randleman clinches up. Looking to, tries to complete a takedown. He gets the takedown, he gets side control now. Pounds away on Igor, lands a few clean shots, but not many. Tries to move to guard, but Kevin Randleman doesn't allow it. As a pounds away on Igor, landing several good shots in the process. Pounds away on Igor, as Igor struggles to deal with him. Fires away on Igor, and is clearly hurt by a couple of nasty-looking punches. Pounds away with rights, but now it's not doing much damage. He tries to transition to guard, but he can't manage it. As pounds away with rights, but fails to land anything significant. Tries to pull guard on Randleman, doesn't get anywhere with it. Tries to pound on Igor, but all the blows are dealt with comfortably. Tries to transition to guard, but he can't. Pounds away with right hands, but doesn't do much damage. Tries to transition to guard, but he can't manage it. As a referee stands back up, they come in and engage. Igor dodges a right hand and counterattacks with a nice right hook. Halfway into the round, as that last blow may have really hurt Randleman as he staggers back against the ropes. He tries to beat him, cover up as best he can, rather. As now a full big right hand and catches Randleman flush, who snaps his head back. As Jesus Christ, that's it. He did it. Igor gets the win. As a referee pulls Igor off of him, stopping the fight. Randleman is left slumped against the ropes, dazed and wobbling. TKO win from Igor. Ice Cold Igor does it at 44, 4-1. He did it. God damn it. Ice Cold Igor. The only way that could happen. My God. What a win. Our new champion. Second ever. Pride Heavyweight champion. Ice Cold Igor name checks all of his sponsors, then thanks all of his fans who turned out to support him, holding the Pride Heavyweight title aloft. He celebrates being the new champion and he warns that he is intending to have a very long reign. That's tough for Kevin Randleman, as we get a critical rating of 71. That was fun, as obviously above what we need. A commercial rating of 97. What a good main and co-main. I'm surprised, this was, pretty one-sided, but I'm surprised it was rated great, as, not a bad fight at all. That was great. Great little card. As we get a new champion, our fight of the night was the main event, which that makes sense. The submission of the night was Ronaldo's problem. I'm sure the KO of the night was Quentin Rampage Jackson's uppercut. It was. Awesome stuff. Awesome. We make money as, we can see what's going on here. As, Nick Serra and Chris Lytle. Nick Serra wins, and it was rated fantastic. Now, Nick Serra's 6-1. Hell yeah. As Robbie Lawler loses to Rio Chonin. That's tough. No, Robbie Lawler's 1-1. Even though he was the favorite. That's tough. See who they got next for us. It's probably going to be the co-main. Yep. Masakatsu Funaki in the UFC. See if he wins. He does. It was rated poor. That makes sense. As, now he's like 43, 14-1. Great job. Hell yeah. And the main event. Chuck the Iceman at Liddell against the Huntington Beach bad boy Tito Ortiz at a UFC 43. Liddell and Ortiz too. And he knocks him out. Hell yeah. Great job. Hell yeah. Chuck Liddell being a bad motherfucker. Cool. Nate Corey's 2-0. We'll probably sign Nate Corey, to be honest. I always like Nate Corey. As Robbie Lawler. Nate Marquette, we need to re-sign him, looks like, and that's pretty much about it as far as news goes. We'll re-sign him right now. Cool. Robbie Lawler, I love Robbie Lawler, but I just want to wait till he's kind of at our level where we can use him, because right now he's just kind of not there yet. Not there yet, but he'll be there, though. Give it time. Give it time. But yeah, that will do it for this episode. As, forget what's the next card. 420, armed and ready. As, we have Pedro Hizzo and Simi Chalette battling it out. Josh Burnett, Gary Goodrich. That's going to be a fun fucking fight. That might be, whoever wins that might get a fucking title fight, to be honest. Frank Shamrock and Pat Miletich and Tom Erickson gets a big fight against Andre. That's a huge fight for Andre Arlovsky. As Pride 21 too, we get Rich Franklin, Guy Metzger. That's a huge fight for Rich Franklin, and then just Alexander Zuka and Drake Dellingman. That's just kind of the 2 cards we got lined up. Obviously, we're gonna add a lot more fights. We got a lot of people ready to go. Big Nog, Alistair Overeem, Fedor, Mirko, yeah, and middleweight division, Dan Henderson, Vitor Belfort, which we're gonna do probably Dan Henderson and Vanderlei Silva, if I had to guess, because I'm sure rankings still has Enzo Inoue too. It does. So yeah, we'll probably have Dan Anderson there, as, you know, even though he lost to Enzo, he did beat Vitor Belfort, so it's kind of the way it goes, you know. And whoever wins against Frank Shamrock and Pat Miletich might get Vanderlei Silva after Dan Anderson, or Dan Henderson if Vanderlei Silva beats him. Or if Dan Anderson beats Vanderlei Silva. So that's kind of what we're looking at the middleweight division. It's Enzo Inoue is probably going to have Sakuraba next. That's probably what we'll do. I think that'd be a fun fight to do. That's kind of where we're at in the middleweight division. Middleweight division's pretty cut and dry. The heavyweight division, though, is pretty unique. As, you know, we got, obviously, now the new champion, Ice Cold Igor. Josh Barnett has beaten both Big Nog, and then I forget who he beat last time. Actually, I think it was Carlos Barreto. Yeah. So, we might do him and Randleman to see. You know, who knows. I kind of want to do, it might be 2003. We'll do a Pride Grand Prix. I think that's what I want to do next. Who knows, though. But that's just kind of where we're at. Just to kind of give everyone what's going on. So, yep. As thank you all for watching. And I hope everyone is been enjoying. And at least been surviving this quarantine. So far as we're kind of loosening up more and more. Now, it's as the days are passing. And so we will catch you all next Monday for Pride 20. Armed and ready. Take care, everyone.